Ramadan is a month of fasting and prayer. It brings us closer to Allah and each other. It brings us closer to Allah and each other.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has stated, whoever recites salat upon me 3 times in a day and 3 times in the night, showing devotion and affection towards me, it is upon the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive the sins he committed during that day and night. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, my dear viewers, in this beautiful silsila of the blessings of Ramadan, Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, we discussed in the last episode in regards to the blessings of Sahari. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, in this episode, I shall discuss about the blessings of Iftar. My dear viewers, one should not delay in Iftar when it is certain that the sun has set. Do not wait for any siren or azan. Eat or drink something instantly, but eating fresh or dried dates or drinking water is sunnah. After eating the date or drinking water, recite this dua. Allahumma laka sumtu wa ala rizqika aftartu. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I fasted for you and did iftar with sustenance given by you. My dear viewers, remember, the adhan is not conditioned for iftar at all. Imagine, how would the people living in far-flung areas where there is no masajid or where the sound of adhan does not reach be able to do iftar in this situation? The Maghrib adhan is uttered for the Maghrib salah, not for iftar. Now let's listen to 11 virtues of iftar. Number 1, Sayyiduna Sahal bin Sa'd radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, people will always remain well as long as they hasten to do iftar. My dear viewers, as soon as it is certain that the sun has set, one should instantly do iftar by eating a date or drinking water, etc., and recite the dua afterwards so that iftar is not delayed. Number 2, the Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said, my ummah will remain steadfast upon my sunnah as long as they do not wait for the stars to appear for iftar. Number 3, Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the Prophet of Rahmah, the intercessor of ummah, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said that Allah Azza wa Jal has said, amongst my servants, the one hastening to do iftar is dearer to me. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. If you want to be dear to Allah Azza wa Jal, do not engage yourselves in any activity at the time of iftar and do iftar instantly. Number 4, Sayyidina Anas bin Malik radiyallahu ta'ala an has said, I never saw the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam offer the Maghrib Salah before eating iftar. He would first do iftar even though with a sip of water. Number 5, Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the noble Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam warned, this religion will always remain dominant as long as people hasten to do iftar, because the Jews and Christians delay their iftar. Number 6, Sayyidina Zayd bin Khalid Juhani radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the Prophet of Rahmah, the intercessor of Ummah, the owner of Jannah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has stated, Man jahaza ghaziyan aw hajan أو خلفه في أهله أو فطر صائما كان له مثل أجره من غير أن ينقص من أجورهم شيء. Translation: anyone who gives provisions to a ghazi or a Hajj pilgrim, or looks after his family in his absence, or serves a fasting person with iftar, will be rewarded the same as him, without any reduction in their reward. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. What glad tidings! Whoever furnishes a ghazi with provisions will be rewarded the same as him. Whoever financially assists a Hajj pilgrim will be rewarded the same as him. And whoever serves a fasting person with iftar will be rewarded the same as him. And there will be no reduction in their rewards. ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ. However, it must be remembered that asking people for money in order to perform Hajj or Umrah is haram, and it is also a sin to give anything to such a person. Number 7. Sayyiduna Salman Farsi radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, if anyone serves a fasting Muslim with iftar, angels will pray for his forgiveness in Ramadan, and Jibreel alayhi salam will pray for his forgiveness at Laylatul Qadr. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. Look how great and magnificent the blessings and bounties of Allah Azza wa Jal are. If a Muslim provides someone with a date or a sip of water for iftar in the month of Ramadan, the angels of Allah Azza wa Jal pray for his forgiveness in Ramadan. And Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, the chief of all the angels, also prays for his forgiveness at Laylatul Qadr. Number 8. According to a narration, if anyone serves a person with iftar in Ramadan with halal earnings, the angels will send durood upon him at every night of Ramadan. And Jibreel alayhi salam will shake his hands with such a person at Laylatul Qadr. If Jibreel alayhi salam shakes hand with a person, his eyes will shed tears due to the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal, and his heart will become soft. Number 9. Another hadith states, if anyone serves a fasting Muslim with water, Allah Azza wa Jal will make him drink water from my pond, and he will not feel thirst until he enters heaven. Number 10. Sayyiduna Salman bin Amir radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the Prophet of Rahmah, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said, when you do iftar, do it with a fresh or dry date, because it is blessed. And if you have neither, then do iftar with water, because it is a purifier. This blessed hadith encourages us to do iftar with fresh or dry dates, because it is sunnah to do so. But if you have neither of them, use water, because it is a purifier. Number 11. Sayyidina Anas radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam used to do iftar with fresh dates before the Maghrib Salah. If the fresh dates were not available, he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam would eat a few dry dates instead, and if they were not available either, he would drink a few handfuls of water. The foregoing blessed hadith describes that the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam would initially prefer fresh dates for iftar. If they weren't available, then dry dates. And if they weren't available either, then he sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam would drink water. Therefore, we should first attempt to do iftar with sweet fresh dates, which is a sweet sunnah of the noble Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam. If they aren't available, then dry dates. And if they aren't available either, then water. My dear viewers, many blessed ahadith encourage us to use dates at sahari and iftar. Eating dates, drinking date-soaked water, and using dates as a cure are all sunnahs. Dates contain innumerable blessings and cures for numerous illnesses. Now let's listen to some Madani poems in regards to dates. Number 1. The Prophet of Rahmah, the intercessor of Ummah, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said, the ajwa, the best type of date of Aliyah, the name of a place in Medina Munawwara towards Masjid al-Quba, is a cure for all illnesses. According to a narration, to eat 7 ajwa dates daily for 7 days protects against leprosy. Number 2, the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alihi wa alihi wasallam has said, the ajwa date is from heaven. It is a cure for poison. A hadith in Bukhari states, if anyone eats 7 ajwa dates in the morning before eating anything else, he will remain safe from magic and poison that day. Number 3, Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anha said, dates protect against appendicitis. Number 4, the beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alihi wa alihi wasallam has said, eating dates in the morning before anything else kills stomach worms. Number 5, Sayyidina Rabi bin Khathim radiyallahu ta'ala anha said, to me, dates and honey are the best cures for a pregnant woman and a sick man respectively. Number 6, Sayyidi Muhammad Ahmad Zahabi rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh has said, if a pregnant woman eats dates, she will give birth to a baby boy who will become handsome, tolerant and polite, insha'Allah azza wa jal. Number 7, dates are very beneficial to the one who has become weak due to hunger because they are full of vitamins and revive energy quickly. This is the wisdom of doing iftar with dates. Number 8, doing iftar with very cold water may cause stomach problems and the swelling of the liver. Eating dates before drinking cold water reduces this risk, but remember that drinking extremely cold water is always harmful. Number 9, eating dates with melon or cucumber or dates with watermelon is a sunnah. Eating dates in this way is very beneficial from a medical point of view. According to doctors, it overcomes physical and weakness and thinness. However, its greatest benefit is that it is a sunnah. A hadith states that eating butter with dates is also sunnah. Eating fresh and dry old dates together is also a sunnah. Ibn Majah mentions, when the devil sees someone eat fresh and dry dates together, he regrets that man has become strong by eating fresh dates with dried ones. Number 10, dates are a cure for chronic constipation. Number 11, dates are useful for asthma and other diseases related to the heart, kidney, gallbladder, bladder and intestine. They treat phlegm and dry skin. Number 12, eating grinded dates with their seeds is beneficial to heart problems and eye disease. Number 13, drinking dates soaked water cures liver problems. This water is also effective for treating diarrhea. Leave the date to soak in water at night and then drink it in the morning before eating anything else, but don't store it in a freezer. Number 14, dates boiled milk is a very powerful nutrient. It is very useful to overcome the weakness caused by an illness. Number 15, wounds heal quickly by eating dates. Number 16, date is an effective medicine for jaundice. Number 17, fresh and fully ripe dates cure bile problems and acidity. Number 18, using the burnt dates seeds as a tooth powder makes the teeth shiny and removes mouth bad odors. Number 19, applying the powder of burnt date seeds onto wounds stops bleeding and helps the wounds heal. Number 20, burning date seeds in fire and inhaling its smoke dry the roots of piles. Number 21, using burnt date tree roots or leaves as a tooth powder is beneficial to treating toothache. Boiling the roots or leaves in water and rinsing mouth with it also is effective for treating toothache. Number 22, if eating dates causes any side effect to someone, he should eat them with pomegranate juice, poppy seeds or black pepper seeds. Number 23, eating half-ripe and old dates together is harmful. Similarly, eating dates with grapes, currants, raisins or figs, eating a large quantity of dates immediately after recovering from an illness in weakness, and eating dates while suffering from an eye infection are all harmful. Number 24, not more than approximately 60 grams of dates should be eaten at a time. When eating old dates, one should open them up and check them for small red insects and clean them. It is makruh to eat such dates without cleaning them, which are suspected to have insects inside them. Sellers often rub mustard oil on dates to make them look shiny, so it is better to soak them in water for a few minutes to remove any fly droppings and then wash them before eating. Fresh ripe tree dates are the most beneficial. Number 25. Do not throw away the seeds of dates brought from Madinatul Munawwara, Zadaha Allahu Sharafan wa Ta'zima. Instead, keep them in a respectful place or put them into a river. Further, one can gain their blessings by cutting them into tiny pieces, which can be kept in a small tin and eaten like nuts. No matter which part of the world anything comes from, when it enters the atmosphere of Madinatul Munawwara, Zadaha Allahu Sharafan wa Ta'zima, it belongs to Medina and therefore it becomes an object of respect for devotees. My dear viewers, a fasting Muslim is very fortunate because he continuously earns the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. When he makes dua at the time of iftar, Allah Azza wa Jal accepts his dua due to his grace and mercy. Sayyidina Abdullah bin Amr bin As radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, Inna lis-sa'imi inda fitrihi la da'watan ma turaddu. At the time of iftar, for the fasting person, there is a dua which is not rejected. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala an has narrated that the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, there are three types of du'as that are not rejected. Number 1, the dua of a fasting person at the time of iftar. Number 2, the dua of a just ruler. Number 3, the dua of the oppressed. The dua of these three persons are lifted above the clouds by Allah Azza wa Jal, and the gates of the sky are opened for them, and Allah Azza wa Jal says, I swear by my glory, I will definitely help you, though with a little delay. My dear fasting Muslims, congratulations to you all. There's glad tidings that your every prayer will be answered at the time of iftar. But unfortunately, our present condition is very sad. At the time of iftar, we face a very tough trial, as we usually have a great variety of fruits, fried items and drinks in front of us. As we are extremely hungry and thirsty, we start to devour the food as soon as the sun sets, getting heedless of dua. Many of us miss the rakat of the Maghrib Jamaat due to excessive eating, and some are so lazy that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala forbid, they even miss the whole Jamaat and offer Maghrib Salah at home. O seekers of heaven, do not be so heedless. Offering Salah with Jamaat has been greatly stressed by Sharia. Always remember, it is a sin to miss the Jamaat of Salah without a Shari exemption. It is better to do iftar with one or half date, then clean the mouth properly and offer Salah with complete Jamaat. These days people eat fruits, fried things, etc. in the masjid and join Jamaat without cleaning the mouths properly, whereas there shouldn't be a single bit of food or taste in the mouth when offering Salah. The Prophet ar-Rahmah, the intercessor of Ummah, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said, nothing is more troublesome for kiram and katibin, the two angels that record the deeds, than seeing the companion of a Salah in such a condition that something is stuck between his teeth. Allah Hazrat Rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi has stated, several ahadith state that when a man stands to offer Salah, an angel places its mouth onto his mouth, and whatever he recites comes out of his mouth and enters the angel's mouth. If anything is stuck between his teeth, the angels are so distressed by it that nothing else distresses them to such an extent. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has said, when any of you stands to offer Salah at night, he should clean his teeth using a miswak, because when he recites the Holy Quran, an angel places its mouth on his mouth, and whatever comes out of his mouth enters the angel's mouth. In his Kabir, Imam Tabarani has quoted Sayyidina Abu Ayyub Ansari radiyallahu ta'ala an as saying, there is nothing more troublesome for the two angels than seeing the companion offer salah with bits of food stuck between his teeth. It is usually hard for people who do iftar in the masjid to clean their mouths properly, because if they try to do so, they may well lose Jamaat or at least some Rak'at. It is therefore suggested to do iftar with just a date or two and some water, and move the water properly inside the mouth so that the sweetness and bits of the date are washed away into the stomach. If necessary, use a toothpick. If there's no time to clean the mouth properly, then it's safer to do iftar with water only. It is highly appreciated those fasting Muslims who sit in the first row of the masjid before sunset with a date and some water, taking no interest in delicious food. In this way, they will not only be able to clean their mouth easily, but also succeed in offering salah at the first row of the masjid without missing the first takbir. Do iftar with 1 or 2 dates, then make dua. At least recite one ma'sul dua. The supplications that have been mentioned in the Quran and Ahadith are called ma'thur. Learn at least one of the supplications that were made by the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam at various occasions. One well-known dua to be recited after iftar has already been mentioned. Here's another one. The narration mentioned in Abi Dawood states that the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam used to make the following supplication at the time of iftar. Allahumma laka sumtu wa ala rizqika aftartu. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I fasted for you and did iftar with sustenance given by you. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He give us all the ability that we are able to attain the blessings of iftar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to serve well the other people who are also doing iftar as well. Ameen bijahin nabil ameen sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Sallu ala al-habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
Ramadan is a month of fasting and prayer. It brings us closer to Allah and each other. It brings us closer to Allah and each other.